don't be ridiculous. Just because you're the president's daughter doesn't mean a movie takes precedence over a sick person.
What?
What does this mean? I was supposed to be the PM for this plan. Why am I off the project? Congratulations, Kurokawa. The president's daughter wants to have a meal with you. The moment I heard Yoneshima's joking tone, a warning message flashed in my mind. Critical system failure. Cause? Human relations. Do I have the right to refuse? Nope. As far as the company is concerned, it's an honor. I'm Ryosuke Kurokawa, a 32-year-old lead programmer. Technically, I'm treated as a section chief. I'd rather deal with a bug report. My colleagues laughed, but there was no warmth in it. Come on, don't say that. It means you've been marked as a rising star. The president's daughter, Miki Takimoto, 28 years old. No one in the company can go against her. She's a lead programmer like me, but since we're in different sections, we rarely crossed paths. Understood. I'll brace myself and go. And so, the weekend came. The designated high-end restaurant was on a high floor with glass walls. This view looks like something out of generative AI.
What's that supposed to mean? Interesting perspective. But no, keep your eyes on me during our date.
My apologies.
Also, you don't need to be so formal. You're older than me after all.
I hesitated for a moment, wondering if that was really okay, but refusing her permission might just upset her more. So, why me?
Because you're talented. Plus, you're not bad looking. I've decided to make you mine. Nice to meet you.
You haven't even considered the possibility that I might refuse, have you?
Specs are decided by the higher-ups, right? The on-site team just has to make an effort to meet those specs.
The waterfall model, huh? Personally, I prefer my romance to be a bit more agile.
I don't dislike that kind of comeback. But no can do. My wishes are absolute. If you have a girlfriend, break up with her.
She's not giving me a choice. Well, I'm practically married to my job anyway. I'd never really talked to Miki before, but she's pretty much exactly how I imagined. This is bad. How am I supposed to turn her down?
After this, let's go see a movie.
After eating French food I couldn't really taste at that fancy restaurant, we walked through the city. The conversation consisted entirely of Miki talking at me.
We could have taken a taxi to the theater, but walking like this has a nice mood to it, don't you think? Papa said, the city at night is dangerous, but he's so overprotective. It's annoying.
As I kept giving half-hearted replies, I noticed a commotion up ahead.
I can't breathe.
At the center of the noise was a young woman. She was collapsed on the ground, clutching her throat in pain. What's wrong?
I don't know. She was breathing heavily and then suddenly started struggling.
A female passerby answered since the woman herself couldn't speak. Heavy breathing? And she can't inhale. Hyperventilation? No, it's dangerous to diagnose her as an amateur. Understood. I'll apply first aid. Can you call an ambulance?
Yes, on it.
I crouched down next to the sick woman, placing a hand on her back and looking at her face. It's okay, just calm down. Don't try to force air in, just exhale slowly. Her eyes were wide with tears of pain, but she nodded at me.
Hey, what are you doing? Touching a sick person like that, it's filthy.
Miki's voice rained down on me as she caught up. It's an emergency. I don't have a choice.
If we keep getting sidetracked like this, the late show is going to start.
What are you talking about? I can't just leave a sick person here.
My schedule takes priority. Someone called an ambulance, right? The authorities will handle the rest.
Don't be ridiculous. Just because you're the president's daughter doesn't mean a movie takes precedence over a sick person.
What?
I snapped and yelled at her, leaving Miki speechless. Wondering if I went too far, I looked up to see her trembling like a demon.
How dare you not prioritize me? I'm going to tell Papa.
With a face red with rage, Miki spat out those words and disappeared into the night. Sorry about that, Kurokawa. Was everything okay? Think you can marry into wealth? After the weekend, Yoneshima asked me in his usual tone, and I answered flatly. I completely pissed her off. She said she was going to tell the president. What? That's bad, isn't it? Are you gonna be okay? I don't know, so please, back me up here. Seriously? Alright, I'll try to talk to the president to settle this quietly. Maybe thanks to Yoneshima's assurance, nothing happened for a while. Yoneshima is a smooth talker, but he's actually pretty reliable when it counts. Or so I thought. Maybe praising him jinxed it, because about a month later, the consequences finally hit. What does this mean? I was supposed to be the PM for this plan. Why am I off the project? I demanded an explanation from Yoneshima. I had been removed from a major project. It's the president's wish. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you completely. Miki will be taking over as PM for this project instead of you, Kurokawa. So, it's retaliation. I never thought I'd have my job stolen by Miki. I managed to prevent you from being demoted to a remote office, but I couldn't stop this. This is unfair labor practice, isn't it? I could go to the Labor Standards Inspection Office. No, please, just bear with it this one time. I promise I'll give you the next opportunity, and soon. With Yoneshima begging me with his hands clasped, I couldn't push the issue any further. I wasn't entirely convinced, but then, one day...
Mr. Ryosuke Kurokawa, please come to the Information Systems Department when you have a moment.
A message popped up in the corner of my screen. I clicked and saw the sender was Nodoka Amasaka. A summons to the Info Systems Department? Did I mess something up? Infosys is the backbone that manages the entire company network and systems. I had no idea what it was about, but since I was kicked off the project and had free time, I decided to head over immediately. Inside the room were 3 men and women. Except for one, they were all glued to their screens. Then, that one person stood up.
Ryosuke, I apologize for calling you so suddenly.
Are you Nodoka? When I asked, the woman looked a bit troubled before introducing herself.
No, I'm Eiko Mitsuishi. Nodoka is my friend. She's the one peeking at you over there.
I looked where she pointed, and saw a woman pretending to look at her screen while stealing glances at me.
Come on, you can do it.
No. I bit my tongue.
What's happening?
Sorry, Nodoka has trouble communicating. But hey, you're supposed to say it yourself, right?
Yes. Thank you for the other day.
Nodoka stood up abruptly, staring at me with panicked eyes. I recognized that desperate look. Nah, I remember. You're from... Those were the eyes of the person hyperventilating on the street the other day. It must be her.
We really should have come to you, but please forgive us given how she is.
It's fine. I'm just surprised we work at the same company.
I saw you were with the president's daughter, Miki, so I thought you might be an employee and looked for you. I found you in about 3 days, but I couldn't work up the courage to talk to you directly.
I see. She really is socially awkward. Well, I'm glad you seem to be doing okay.
That day, I think I overdosed on caffeine and had a panic attack. I'm sorry for causing trouble. Also, you got into a fight with Miki because of me, right? I'm so sorry.
No. Miki was the one in the wrong, so don't worry. Besides, it was actually a blessing in disguise.
What do you mean?
She had set her sights on me and I was in a bind, though the price for breaking up was getting kicked off my project.
No way!
Because of me. I understand. I will secure evidence of that unfair personnel action.
Wait a second. Why all of a sudden? Confused by her sudden declaration, I looked to Eiko for help, but...
It's safe to leave it to her. Despite how she looks, Nodoka is the invisible one-man army.
Invisible one-man army? That phrase sounded familiar, and I gasped. It was a company rumor. They said there was a genius in info systems who managed the entire company system all by herself.
As a hobby, I save internal logs on a blockchain, so I can trace anything back indefinitely. I use a free node access provider to keep a distributed ledger.
Is that okay? Isn't that a data leak?
It's been approved by management. I obfuscated too. Well, I doubt anyone actually understood what it meant. I told them it's free protection against power outages, and they approved it instantly.
That's wild. Still, even if not immediately, having evidence of unfair treatment might be useful down the line. Alright, can I ask you to do it as long as it doesn't interfere with your daily work?
Leave it to me. I'll uncover all the corruption.
She was incredibly socially awkward, but right now, she had the face of a reliable engineer.
Even if it's the president or his daughter, I'll make them regret it with the weight of the truth.
Actually, she looks like she's enjoying this a little too much. A few days later, I received a message from Nodoka on my PC. She said she found the evidence of the president's intervention immediately. Now she's energetically digging through the past logs to see if there are any other traces. Nodoka is a terrifying enemy to have. As for me, I started visiting info systems more often after that. Partly to check on progress, but also because I was worried about Nodoka's health. Seeing her collapsed on the street was part of it, but she also just seemed like the type you can't leave alone.
Ah, Ryosuke, you came by again.
Nodoka sounded happy sitting at her PC, but in her hand was an energy drink. You're drinking that again? You're gonna get sick, you know.
It's fine, it's fine. That day I just drank too much because of overtime.
Recently, she had gotten used to me enough to have a normal conversation without going through Eiko. I used to get sick from caffeine too, so I'm telling you, don't drink too much of that stuff. That peace lasted for a few months, but when Yoneshima suddenly approached me, I sensed trouble. Kurokawa, sorry, that project is starting to go up in flames. The one I was removed from? Isn't Miki handling it well? The thing is, it's much larger than any project she's handled before, so she can't seem to get a grip on it. Is that so? It has nothing to do with me, right? Don't be so mean. Can't you help out somehow? I think this could be a chance to show the president how capable you are, and regain your standing. When you said you'd give me a chance, you didn't mean this, did you? No way. I have something else in mind for that. I didn't fully trust him, but I reluctantly agreed. Fine, I'll start helping today. I'll ask Miki for the details. You're a lifesaver. Thank you so much. All hail the great god Kurokawa. And so, I went to support Miki.
What are you doing here?
I didn't expect her to be grateful, but starting with an insult. Yoneshima came crying to me. He said the project is on fire and asked me to help. When I said that, Miki hesitated for a moment before muttering.
Fine, but I'm the PM, so you just stick to helping as a programmer.
Even though she said that, I had to find the cause of the fire, so I reviewed the requirement's definition. This is surprisingly solid, but then why is it failing? As I dug through the documents, I noticed something. What is this outsourced company? It's eating up a lot of project resources, but the details are unclear. Is the documentation missing? Or maybe... Curious, I sent a message to Nodoka asking her to investigate. The next day, I called Miki to a conference room, telling her I had something important to discuss regarding the project. I figured she wouldn't ignore that.
What do you want? If you have time for this, you should be writing more code.
As expected, Miki showed up, bad-mouthing me as usual. Now, how to broach the subject? If my guess is right, this will be my revenge. No, this had the potential to turn into a massive problem, far beyond simple revenge. I know you didn't ask, but I reviewed your requirements definition to investigate the cause of the delay. Miki twitched at those words, but her expression didn't change.
Are you here to criticize my work? Sorry, I don't have as much experience as you.
No, the requirements definition itself was excellent, solid, and free of ambiguity.
What's your point then? If that's the case, then...
Except for one thing. A heavy silence filled the conference room. I found an unnatural outsourcing entry. It's consuming a lot of resources, but the details are unknown.
Oh, that? That's my magic trick.
Magic trick?
The truth is, I don't have any technical skills, so I've been outsourcing the work and taking the credit. There, now you know, right? Are you satisfied now that you've exposed the president's daughter's shame?
That's obviously a lie. Even if it were true, given her personality, she would never admit it. Which means she has a secret she wants to hide even at the cost of her pride. It means I hit the jackpot. I let out a deep sigh. That sounds plausible, but it's wrong. Your embezzling company funds using a shell company, aren't you?
What? That's ridiculous.
Miki was visibly shaken. That told me everything. A knock echoed on the door. Perfect timing. I opened the door expecting Eiko to bring info from Nodoka. Huh?
I brought what I found.
Nodoka, you came in person.
Eiko got stuck on the support desk. She said it's good practice and sent me.
This isn't just practice. It's about to be a bloodbath. Will she be okay? Well, she's here now, so I have no choice.
Who are you?
Miki looked suspiciously at Nodoka. Okay, Nodoka. Can you tell us what you found?
I checked all of Miki's past projects, and every single one had orders to the same outsourcing company. Plus, the files submitted as deliverables were just the same things reused over and over.
So they were dummies. It's definitely fictitious ordering.
How do you know about the past?
Oh, I'm in info systems, so I have pretty free reign to investigate internal fraud.
You tried to pull the same trick on this large-scale project because you always got away with it. But the scale was different, so you miscalculated and caused a mini fire. And that invited my intervention, leading to your self-destruction. Is that about right?
Ugh! This is all just false accusations!
Say whatever you want, but the evidence is already out there. Miki slumped down and reached for her smartphone.
Papa, help me!
It's useless. Even the president can't cover up embezzlement. As I said that, Nodoka muttered from the side.
This might be bad.
What is?
Because the president is an accomplice.
Miki and I both froze at Nodoka's words.
Why would you say that?
Miki, the president, and Yamanaka from accounting are all involved, right?
Bullseye. Miki gasped and went silent.
So if he realizes he's been caught, he might try something.
How do you know all that?
While I was digging into the unfair personnel action, I found some fraud that looked unrelated, so I checked it out too.
So you even knew before I asked you to investigate yesterday?
Until you asked, I was planning to ignore it since it didn't concern me.
No concern for good or evil? A true super engineer interested only in technology. That was a very Nodoka answer. While I was being amazed by Nodoka in various ways, it suddenly got noisy outside the conference room. Then came the sound of running footsteps and...
Nodoka! Ransomware infection!
It was Eiko who had burst into the room.
So that's his play. The president chose to destroy all the evidence.
Ransomware is a nasty virus that infects internal systems and locks up data. Following Eiko out of the room, I saw red infection screens on displays everywhere. It was an unfamiliar screen, but its ominous look drove home the terror of the virus.
It suddenly invaded the system a moment ago and spread instantly.
Normally, ransomware holds data hostage for money, but if this is the president's doing, the payment destination is a dummy, and the goal is undoubtedly data destruction. Screams were echoing all around. This was the cause of the commotion earlier. I came out to see what the noise was about. What is all this commotion? President feigned ignorance as he entered the development office. Ransomware. Someone must have clicked a link they shouldn't have. This is troubling. President, you're just... Oh, it's Kurokawa, the man who toyed with my daughter. What? Not content with that, I hear you're blackmailing her with baseless fabrications. If I knew this would happen, I should have transferred you to the countryside immediately. I showed mercy because Yoneshima put his neck on the line to protect you, but that was a mistake. My eyes widened at this new information, but right now, something else mattered more, so I glared back at the president. Baseless? The suspicion of Miki's embezzlement is clear. Oh, then where is the evidence? The evidence is... I started to speak, then choked on my words. Because the evidence was locked away by the ransomware. Well, tell me where this evidence is. If the system is restored, I might be able to present it. But that would take time, and the chances of him taking countermeasures in the meantime were extremely high. Damn.
Ryosuke, you don't need to worry so much.
I looked over to see Nodoka casually tapping on her smartphone. But somehow, her vibe was...
You've got some nerve destroying my system.
Who is this girl? At least look up from your phone, would you?
I'm Amasaka from Infosystems. I was just confirming the log of you launching the ransomware from a USB drive, President.
What? Impossible. The log should have been destroyed.
Uh-oh, Nodoka snapped.
Our company logs are managed on a distributed ledger. Did you forget you approved it yourself?
Distributed ledger? What are you talking about?
Logs are automatically saved externally at the same time as internally, via blockchain.
The president turned pale as Nodoka cornered him.
Ransomware was a bad move. The logs are perfectly preserved. Also, we have system backups, so we can fully restore everything in a week.
Which means the president is...
Yes, the president is caught red-handed for obstruction of business by damaging a computer. Ryosuke, please call the police.
Afterward, the arrested president was dismissed at an extraordinary shareholders meeting and faced a lawsuit for damages. Also, thanks to traces left in the restored system, the full extent of the embezzlement was revealed. As Nodoka pointed out, the three involved were the president, Miki, and Yamanaka from accounting.
Why? It was going so well.
Turns out, Miki had been ordering from a relative's company. All three were set to be prosecuted for embezzlement, fraud, and breach of trust. Manager, I heard. You put your own job on the line to protect me. After the turmoil, I spoke to Yoneshima immediately. Caught, he scratched his cheek awkwardly. Well, losing you would have been a huge blow, you know. You might have been better off quitting, but I couldn't refuse that dinner invitation for you in the first place, so that's that. He claimed he did it for himself and the department, but if he got fired for it, it would have been all for nothing. It was probably partly calculation, but not entirely. I bowed deeply at his awkward kindness.
Restoration complete.
A few days later, the system was finally restored. Rumor has it a director with no blood relation to the previous family will become the new president. Good work, Nodoka.
Ah, Ryosuke, you're here.
Having pulled all-nighters for days to restore the system, Nodoka gave me a tired, wobbly smile. Here, some vitamin-packed fruit juice. Drink it if you'd like.
I wanted an energy drink.
Work is done, so no. You'll collapse again.
Boo, boo, boo.
Honestly, I can't leave you alone. Before I knew it, we had gotten much closer. Hey, Nodoka, can I take you out to dinner to celebrate finishing the work and as a thank you?
Huh? Well, if it's somewhere with few people.
Got it. Now I'll find a nice hideaway spot. Nodoka smiled, as if drawn in by me. It's hard to believe this innocent-looking girl is such a mastermind. It seems I've fallen for that contradiction in her.
You know, I actually like junk food, like burgers and pizza.
A hideaway fast food joint? This is gonna be a challenge.
Hmm?
In an age where technology records the truth, perhaps what matters most is human integrity. If possible, I want to live a life that I never have to hide from the truth.
Well, Miki and the president got what they deserved in the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.